What up, Dokkaners? With the Pan Dokkan Festival celebration set to drop in just a couple of days, it is time once again to calculate just how many stones we could potentially be earning during this celebration. I like to do these types of videos because, well, number one, you guys asked for it, you guys wanted it, so I started to do it. But number two, some of you are probably not going to be summoning for this upcoming Dokkan Festival, and because of that, you probably might want to know just how many stones you might have at the end of this celebration, because maybe you're winding up to summon for the one after that. Maybe you're summoning for Heroes, maybe for Vegeta Trunks, whatever else is down the pipeline. You want to know how many stones you're going to have. So hopefully this video can help you out. Now, a couple of things before we jump in. Keep in mind, this is an approximation. This is not definitive. This is not absolute. We will find out for sure in a couple of days. And to be quite honest, me dropping this video 2 days before really doesn't serve much of a purpose other than satiating that question for the next 2 days, because after that we're gonna know for sure, right? But still, people want me to do this, so we're gonna do it. A couple of things could be different. Number one variable is going to be calculation. You know, I could be a dummy, I might suck at math. Sources say that I do, so maybe that could be one mistake. Another one that is definitely important to mention: when looking at these celebrations, Dokkan has proven time and time again, especially on the global side, they are not afraid to change things up like crazy and just throw us the most crazy curveballs. So with this celebration having dropped only recently on JP, it is very likely that elements from this celebration will be swapped with other components from other celebrations, namely Resurrection F. I can tell you right now, I'm pretty sure the girl stuff, like the Rising Dragon Carnival, Chain Battle, the Extreme Z Battle, all of that will probably not be taking place, and instead we'll probably be getting some elements from the Resurrection F Dokkan Festival celebration instead, namely the World Tournament, which we will talk about later on in this video. So that is also a thing. And then of course the last thing, if you're a new player who has just not done anything, then you have a lot more stones to gain from even the most mundane activities, these story events, for example. I don't mention these because for the veteran Dokkaner, it is assumed you've already done these, but if you haven't, that's more stones, a ton more stones. So for you, it could be different. So variations are going to occur. So with that said, let's jump in and just calculate a rough estimate so you guys can have some idea. And then let me know by the end of the video how many stones you would theoretically have if you were to add one of these totals into your stone count. So let's just jump in and start with the daily login. So looking at this, from the 29th until the 19th of August, that was a 21-day window. So about 3 weeks, which is basically standard practice for a Dokkan festival. So 21 days, which means 21 dragon stones. So we're going to count that right here. 21 dragon stones for the daily login. Then if we look at the missions tab for this new celebration, it's obviously not going to be called Dokkan Summer. It's going to be called something else. But if we were to look at the missions tab here, shout out to DokkanInfo.com. We're going to count 1, 3, 6, 7, 9, 11, 14. So 14 dragon stones from the special missions. Okay. Moving on. The Dokkan Festival banner. We'll talk about that in another video. The new Dokkan event, since this is a brand new event, that's going to mean more stones for simply clearing the stage for the first time. We've got 2 levels of difficulty, Z Hard and Super, which means you're going to be able to earn 2 dragon stones. So that's going to give us 2 right over here. Then moving on here. What else we got? Oh yes, we've got the GT Extreme Z area. So for this one, So for this one, since there's already a stage that had been set, which was the Int Gamer, that one has already been done. So I'm going to assume you haven't done that, or you've already done that, which means you won't be getting those stones. But you know, if you haven't, feel free to count that. But we're going to be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to count the missions 5 and 6. So that's going to give us 6 total dragon stones from the GT area. Then for Extreme Super Battle Road, now this is confirmed to be dropping in the game. We're kind of going in order of the stuff that we're seeing in the list here. So Extreme Super Battle Road and Super Kid Vegeta. These 2 events have been confirmed to be dropping in game. So we'll talk about that. Extreme Super Battle Road Stage 33 is going to be dropping for global. You get 1 stone for simply clearing the stage, and you get another 7 for clearing the mission. So that's going to be 8 dragon stones from Extreme Super Battle Road. Now moving on to Kid Vegeta Super Strike event renewal. What you're seeing here is Grandpa Gohan, but since they're both Super Strikes, their event renewals function exactly the same way. So it doesn't matter that Grandpa Gohan is here. What matters is the structure and the stones that we earn. So just assume that this is Kid Vegeta. So this stage will be run for the first time, this one, so that's 2 dragon stones. Then if we count these missions, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 22. So 22 dragon stones can be earned from the Super Strike event renewal for Kid Vegeta. If you don't believe me, look at the in-game news. We talked about this on a previous video. These events have been confirmed in the game, but that's unfortunately all that's been confirmed right now. So let's count those 22. Of course, more will be confirmed once the actual campaign comes out. So right now, us not knowing everything that's going to be dropping, that's normal. So I am going to assume that we will be getting the Gt Trio Eza, we will be getting Ultimate Clash, and we might even get some of these down here. But let's start with those two. So the Gt Trio Eza, it makes the most sense for this unit to receive the Eza here with Pan, with the whole bond of friendship. You've got Trunks and Goku GT in the team, which means it's going to help benefit the new Dokkanfest passive. So this is going to be a great option to have. So this has to be there. Even though it hasn't been confirmed, it will be there. So 30 stones for the standard event progression, and then another 3 for clearing stage 7 once. I've never understood why this is a mission. Like, why 7? Why is 7 the most difficult? Or like, why is that one deserving of a stone count? I don't know. So 33 stones coming up for that. And then if we look at Ultimate Clash, that was the other major event that dropped during the celebration. Not only for this Pan Dokkanfest, but also for the Resurrection F. Both had an Ultimate Clash. That's kind of also a thing that just happens during a Dokkan Festival celebration. Now, in terms of the roster, the personnel, it really doesn't matter where we look. All we care about is the amount of stones that we can gain from it. So forget the roster. Just count the stones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then if we count these, we got 22, 27, 30, 31. So 31 Dragon Stones from the Ultimate Clash. Now, this is effectively what I think will guaranteed be there in the Pan Dokkan Festival celebration. And that total, well, let's first start with those totals. So for this one, without the starred ones, the ones that have yet to be confirmed, we're looking at 73. That's just way too lackluster for a celebration. If we were to count the GT Trio and the Ultimate Clash, we're going to get 137 Dragon Stones. So 137 Dragon Stones, I feel like, is an easy guarantee. Easy guarantee. So that being said, what are we missing here? Prime Battle TN. Prime Battle TN is in the campaign details for the Pan Dokkanfest. I just simply have my doubts that they're going to release this right now. Maybe they do end up releasing it. I have a feeling that they won't. But, you know, regardless, whether I'm right or wrong, if we click on the Prime Battle event, all you're going to be gaining are 3 Dragon Stones, 1 for each stage. There are no extra missions. That comes later with legendary campaigns and whatnot, which, by the way, we have yet to be given for the Kid Gohan. The Kid Gohan Explosion of Anger free-to-play Prime Battle has yet to receive a legendary campaign, which is the main reason why I don't think Global will be receiving this right now. Having Global and JP on the same time frame for Prime Battle is very uncharacteristic. So I highly doubt this is going to be there. But, you know, if you want to count it, go ahead. It's only 3 stones, so it's pretty inconsequential. So we got 3 stones right there for Prime Battle TN. I'm giving him 2 stars because it's more unlikely, more of a what if. And then we've got the World Tournament. Now, the World Tournament is not listed in the campaign details for Pan, but it is listed in this one, the Resurrection F Dokkanfest. And like I said at the beginning of the video, because of how crazy odd the scheduling is going to be for Global, I think what they're going to do is at least move the World Tournament from the Resurrection F, where it would have been, into the Pan Dokkanfest, because we're actually overdue. If you don't know, it takes roughly 2 to 3 months between World Tournaments, and the last one that we had was at the end of June into July, and now it's the beginning of October. So it seems like the right moment to do this. Also, depending on whatever we end up finding out in the upcoming JP Dokkan Festival celebration, there could be an opportunity for Global players to get a head start on preparing their newly acquired World Tournament units for eventual EZAs, because I have a very strong suspicion we will start to maybe see some of those. I have no real basis other than just Dragon Ball era stuff. So, you know, don't take my word on it, but I have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to be getting it. So, you know, depending on what we find out, I will obviously let you guys know. That could make or break the value of the World Tournament. World Tournament, if you do all the missions total, you can get up to 50 Dragon Stones from the World Tournament. It's actually pretty great. And it's not going to take the sort of effort that you guys might be accustomed to seeing me do, where I go like top 20 in the world. No, nothing like that. It is a little bit time consuming, but again, 50 Dragon Stones, why wouldn't you do it? So those, I think, I'm pretty confident these will all be there. Maybe the TN I'm a little iffy on, so we could subtract that if we wanted to, but we'll just keep it in there just to kind of inflate the numbers. Looking at the last 2 lines here, we got 3 stars on each, because these I feel like are not going to happen. And that is, of course, the girl stuff. So we've got the girl EZA, the 5 girls EZAs, that's 35 Dragon Stones right there. And then we've got the chain battle for Oceanus. We just had a chain battle right now. We're wrapping that up. And I don't know if we're going to get another one on this next Dokkan Festival. If anything, maybe Peton, maybe? But the girls stuff I think is going to be saved for Rising Dragon Carnival, which happens towards the holiday season. But again, the whole premise of this was the fact that they changed things up, so maybe they do include it. Who knows? Maybe this ends up being part 2's banner. Maybe they give us a Rising Dragon Carnival banner to trigger us with that word carnival in part 2. Who knows? So with those, you get 35 and 20. So now that being said, let's go through all of the totals once again. So we had 73, which I highly doubt. That's just way too little. 137 without counting the World Tournament and the Prime Battle TN. But if we were to count both of those, then the total is going to become 190. Because if you add 53 to 137, you get 190. I strongly feel like this is going to be the number for, or like roughly close to it, the amount of stones that we get. I was going to say gain and get, so I said get. The amount of stones that we're going to get during this celebration. And if you want to count the girls, EZA, and the chain battle, that would bring your total up to 245, which I don't think personally is going to happen, but it's up to you. So my final answer, how many stones do I think we'll get during the celebration? Around 200, a little bit less. And that's my final answer. I'm gonna get. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments, with that total in mind, what does your Dragonstone count come to now? And are you going to be summoning for the Pan Dokkan Festival? I've seen some comments about possibly doing discounts. Some of you have said, no, I'm going to stay far away from it, but some of you might be tempted. So what is your summoning plans? What are you going to be doing with these possibly 200 stones from this Pan celebration? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let you know I'm going to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and always remember to Dokkan responsibly. I am really hoping I didn't screw up any math. If I did, I will probably post a pinned comment. So look forward to that. Okay, bye.